นี่ฮาว
คอนนิจิวะ
สบายดี
สวัสดี
Annyeong! Did you know that globalization has a big role in our society nowadays? Globalization means the speed up of movement and exchange of human beings, goods, technology, or cultural practice all over the planet. And this leads to communication by both online and face-to-face. When you meet someone, you cannot know that those people are healthy or have some disease virus or not. As you already knew nowadays, there is one pandemic named Covid-19. Covid-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. The Covid-19 virus is a new virus linked to the same family of virus as SARS and some types of common cold. The virus is transmitted through direct contact with respiratory droplet of an infected person. Individuals can also be infected from an touching surface contaminated with the virus and touching their face. Symptoms can include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing difficulty. More rarely, the disease can be fatal. What do you think about globalized effect COVID-19?
I feel very strongly that globalization is the main factor cause the spread of COVID-19. Due to many advantages of globalization such as new idea due to cultural diversity, ability to tap into a wider talent pool, and larger markets, etc. From these three things that I have mentioned, all often could not be occur if you have never going to another country or another place and directly receive many cultural knowledge, intellect, or anything else from a native, unless we have an internet. But sometimes internet cannot solve the problem that we need. Then we must go to a real place to collect some data. When we go to another place, traveling is occur.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Let me finish first. From the example, it is traveling for working or for knowledge. But we are not traveling to do something that tends like above example. We can travel for vacation, for some experience, and for meeting someone. Walking across the crosswalk, go to 7-Eleven is the one type of traveling. Or when we go to department store, by personal or public car, it is a traveling because the meaning of traveling is move from place to place either some length or abroad. As nowadays, we have many vehicles that facilitate us, so we can travel easier and faster than before. As this convenience, has a big number of people go to abroad, and sometimes they not only go with empty hands, but also go with some contagious disease. COVID-19 is one of the most contagious diseases that spreads very quickly, and in some countries already have 2 times super spreading, as they have approved their citizens that came from abroad enter their lands, such as Singapore and Myanmar, and etc. Hey Jay, do you agree with me?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Firstly, nowadays people have to travel to somewhere. They have to use public transportation. Moreover, there are many tourists from overseas countries, so that can be one of causes of COVID-19 spreading to us. Especially When you and Arthur have to use something in public transportation like BTS or MRT together, it is easier to be contacted with the disease. You cannot avoid to contact some touch on BTS and MRT around you, such as ticket machines and seats. You don't know who touched those objects before. If he or she has COVID-19 in his or her body, you will be contracted to the disease directly. According to the news PBS on June 2021.
Excuse me for interrupting, but it is 2020.
Yeah, oh, sorry, 2020. There was first COVID-19 infected. Tong Suk, who is an taxi driver, was infected by his passenger because he was never traveled abroad. So it is quite sure that he was infected by his passenger. Secondly, online shopping can be one of the causes. Due to online shopping, it has to pass along by many methods. Start with online seller. They will prepare your order. Next, they will be send it to shopping dealer or shipping company such as Thailand Post, Ferry, and Fetch. It has no way to know that each person who touched your goods is infected the disease or not, because COVID-19 can alive on material like box, which carry your goods within approximately 9 days. You can be infected. Hey, Leng and Bears, we haven't heard from you on this point.
Okay, I don't agree at all that globalization can be blamed for spread of COVID-19 because globalization has united all the countries economical, political, socially, and even from cultural perspective.
You may be right.
In my opinion, I may call for more debate, but I am of the view that liberalism or democracy has largely contributed to the spread of COVID-19 in the most hit country other than globalization. In most authoritarian countries where people are more or less used to adhering to the demand of authority, that spread has largely been contained so far. Secondly, countries that are largely urbanized have suffered more than countries that are less urbanized. Therefore, much as the spread of the disease across the world starting from China can be blamed on globalization because problems lie where countries like China didn't disclose the master initially and trade continue with USA, Spain, Italy, and many other countries. Law of the WHO has also been under scrutiny. Openness in foreign affairs taking responsibility of saving mankind would have been the prime concern of the country where it was reported first. Today, countries united under globalization are taking responsibility of our children and family members studying and working abroad. Now we are emotionally dependent on other countries for the well-being of other family members. In my opinion, many other factors other than globalization are responsible.
I don't think I would say that, but nowadays, transportation, food producing, and healthcare is developed enough. So, after the spreading of COVID-19, government in most countries will come out and do something about the situation. Most of the transportation already got killed, so it should be safe to travel around. Next about sit next about food production. Right now, most of them produced by machine. That's why we don't have to worry to get COVID-19 from eating food. Even we infected COVID-19, medical right now is now evolving enough. So I believe that medical care right now can kill COVID-19 in some way. Many viruses that spread around the world are not the same type. If virus actually spread through transportation and food producing, the virus should spread around the world for a long time, because food producing and transportation have been exist since my great-grandfather generation. So why then they don't get those virus? In spite of the fact that back in that time, technology is not even developed this far. Why do you think virus will be spread in this time that technology already developed? Most of the virus spreading because people have no responsibility enough to protect themselves from disease. They still live like normal. Even they get out of their house, they don't even wearing a mask, still have a party. And some people still believe that this virus is not real.
Could you explain in more detail?
I'm afraid I'm not in a position to answer that. Okay. Because of reason that I just say, it is proof that most of the spreading is not a globalization problem.
Okay, in conclusion, globalization effect to spreading of COVID-19 not only increase spreading rate of COVID-19, but also helped us to recover easier due to high technology. But unless we take care ourselves from this virus, technology will help us unofficially. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.